So I was having this party at my place. Maybe about 20 people were there. And somebody called the police. Now I admit, it was one of those louder parties. There was music, activities, lots of people. And we had no intention of stopping before the sun came out. Besides, what are Fridays for? So this was around 2-3 in the morning. Music, blasting, people loud. Not the first time this happened in my apartment. I distinctly remember the windows being wide open and it being minus 10 degrees outside. That's how much of a rave it was. So there I was, playing a drinking game with playing cards, pouring drinks as a good host does, and there is a ring at the door. I stop mid-sip of whatever magic concoction was in my cup and did notice that I was the only one to do so. You see, a ring at the door means that someone has gotten past the intercom. First thought, it must be the neighbors coming to say hello. But I was not that lucky this time. You see, the neighbors, or so I think, had called for reinforcements. So there I was, running to the door, already ready to tell the neighbors to calm down and to retreat back to your home. I come to the door, open the peephole, and it is the man in blue. Aha. First thought, oh my blin, I'm going to get kicked out of my apartment. I quietly close the peephole, run to the living room at top speed, power slide next to the speakers and unplug. The place goes quiet as I stand up and announce, it is the police. Now everybody pauses at mid-sip. The game of beer pong has screeched to a halt at the dining table. Time stood still, absolute quiet. As a last moment attempt to make it look like I had nothing to do with the party, I threw on a morning gown. Why I had this, I have no idea. Slippers and rustled my hair. As if I had, just woke it up, oh, sorry. I tell everybody to keep quiet, closed all the lights, and went to the door. I was not nervous. I did not have the time. Driving exam, that when I was nervous. This was like a mild 7 on a scale of 10. I mean, worst case, I thought I was going to get a fine or something. So the apartment is quiet and dark, and I slowly unlock the door, attempting to look as sleepy as I could. I opened the door, just a little bit, in my pink slippers and white morning gown. Yes? Hello? As if to look like they had the wrong door. I mean, these doors are not exactly soundproof. Later that I thought about it, these guys clearly had both heard the loud music, the partying, the people, the me running to the door and running away. And I'm sure they had a nice time holding back their laughter as they saw me in my fresh sleeping gown outfit.
Sir, we received a noise complaint from this address from your neighbors.
In my head, I'm thinking, Vadim, блядь! But I stay composed and instead say, yes, I had some people over, but everybody left already. And they're like, okay. Well, what else are they going to do? Not believe me? The apartment's pitch black and quiet. And they were like checking my ID, like, oh yes, so you live here? No, I'm a squatter here, блядь. What else do you think I am doing? And just as they were handing back the ID, a noise, a sound emitted from the bathroom. First of somebody throwing up very violently, followed quickly by the sound of a glass breaking. So there we were, standing, Mexican standoff, staring at each other, Boris man and policeman, 1v1. Actually, there was 2 of them, but this doesn't bother me. Having this kind of staring competition, whoever blinks first is guilty, first one to speak, lose the game. And I said, oh yes, some friends stayed the night. And you could see from their faces, they know what's up. They do this shit on a nightly basis. This was probably the 5th apartment they went to during this same night. This was probably the 2nd apartment they went to in the same building. The other policeman, the backup, I could see was like holding back laughter, like slightly smirking in the background. And they say like,
just try to keep it quiet, okay? People are trying to sleep.
Fucking Vadim. I knew it. I knew it from the very moment somebody rang the bell. What big plans did they have for the Saturday morning, блядь? That they needed to disrupt my party with policemen? No. This will not go unanswered. So I waited for the police to leave, waited like 5-10 minutes, put the music back on, at maybe minus 5% volume. But then I realized this whole thing happened only because I left the windows open. The noise only escaped because the windows were open. Nobody complained ever before. So, windows shut, we remove some item of clothing and party goes on. I did not get any police after that, but what I did get is enemy for life. Vadim, блять.